And we are live. Hello, everyone. Have you been feeling like rolling up in a ball and sucking your thumb lately? Who's been feeling this way? Besides myself. So there's a lot of stuff happening in the energies right now, and I don't know if you can feel it, but I've certainly felt it personally, and in my coaching clients, it's been quite evident that emotions are running high and life transitions are happening. So I was inspired today to bring you the topic of how to feel lighter and happier in your life, in your relationships, when life gets in the way and you just feel like rolling in a ball and sucking your thumb. So here's the thing. We know, and I hope you do know, that life happens for you, not to you. And I sure know this, and I sure remember when, life happens, I can ask myself, okay, what is this? Hey, Emily, what is this event in service to? If life happens for me, what is this message? What is the thing that is calling for my attention that wants to be up level, right? So already having that perspective reframes the experience of, life throwing you curveballs and then you kind of being like a leaf in the wind, if you've ever felt this way. It's important to come back into your perspective of you are in control, or if not in control, you have the power to manifest a different experience of life in your life. And oftentimes these experiences are there to let us know that, okay, something wants to be transformed or up-leveled, or thanks, Barry. And what do we do in that moment? And I totally get it. Like this has been going on even, in my personal life, a major transition. And sometimes it's felt challenging to keep the balance and the positive outlook and the, yay type of thing. So I've been doing the work for myself and for my clients, with my clients actually. So one of the things is this powerful perspective of life happens for you, not to you. So what if all of these life events had significant meaning and message to you? And what if instead of resisting them, or instead of judging yourself for the way you're responding to them or responding to life, you were to drop into awareness and gratitude for these events? Thank you, life, and thank you, universe, and thank you, highest self, for bringing me this message. So now what is the message? So how do you think is going to be the best way for you to hear that message? Is it to be super busy and just go at life and then try to kind of make it go away? Is it to judge yourself for what is happening or how you're responding to events? Or what if you could love and accept yourself through this and sit with yourself and hear what the message is? So here's the problem. Most people feel very uncomfortable sitting with themselves and kind of feeling that tension and perhaps that sense of void, because when something is up leveling or in transition, it brings a turmoil, and that perhaps we're habituated to this turmoil. So going inside in a place where silence is, we're in a place where we can get in touch with our deepest emotions, can feel pretty scary. And even to myself a couple of years ago, until I started this body of work, and I quickly found that, okay, when something is up, I want to go deep down and feel what's going on so I can come out of this funk as quickly as I can. And so these are the tools of coaching. And I'm so grateful for coaching in my life and, my clients' life and everything that I've up-leveled. And so with each new layer, hey, Kristen, with each new layer of stuff that comes up in my life, I know that it's just new significant things that want to be up level from this life, and sometimes even from, stuff that was passed down from genealogy, from, what doesn't get resolved in one generation gets passed on to the next generation. So very early on, I think I was 20 years old when I realized this, and I was in Australia going, thanks, Christine, going like, okay, I've got all of this stuff that I'm carrying, this baggage, and it was more than my backpack in Australia. And I was thinking, who is this baggage belonging to? And so I used to go and find some caves and some high rocks and climb some eucalyptus trees in Australia and sit with myself and just ask myself, okay, come up with the baggage and this pattern. Oh, this belongs to mom. Okay, this belongs to grandma. Okay. Oh, this is mine. All right, so I need to kind of deal with it. But at the time, I didn't have the tools to deal with it and to know how to get liberated from these emotions in a way that was safe and loving and up-leveling to myself. So, I was going more into patterns of doing, and kind of numbing myself with the activities of like the hustling and being busy, which is what I've recently uncovered that I was no longer available for, because it doesn't work anymore. So for any of you who are doers and hustling and feeling so busy, I get it, and sometimes finding moments or just creating moments to sit with yourself, even for a minute, can you argue with a minute of sitting with yourself and going and just closing your eyes and breathing and hearing the message that wants to come up from within you? Feeling the emotion. You're not going to get killed by the emotion. A lot of people are afraid of that, but no, it's not going to happen. And then when you sense this emotion and you sense the message of what it's there to show you, or to bring you, and you give yourself permission to act on that, it brings so much more lightness into your experience. And you can, with more lightness, you can gain even more perspective on this experience and being like, wow, okay, what is this experience teaching me? All right, how do I feel? What do I need? And giving yourself what you need. So recently I was feeling quite tired physically from, working my business and traveling so much. My partner lives in California. We are in just so much deep love, and we've been traveling back and forth from across the countries, and the logistics of how we're transforming our life to be together. It's a beautiful thing, and it's been chaotic. It's been happening all at once. So recently I was like, okay, this is happening. It's a beautiful thing. Life happens for me. I've asked for this change in my life. And how do I keep health and happiness and lightness in all of this? So I just went within, meditated, and what it told me is do what brings you joy. And I was like, oh, I immediately know what that is. So I went on a bike ride and, went down this big Californian hill and then had to come back up. But guess what? I felt fantastic afterwards. My mood shifted. My emotions got kind of liberated into this bike ride. I was able to see from a much higher perspective on what's going on and appreciate the current circumstances for what they are and what they're bringing. So what if you could do the same thing in a moment of, turmoil or chaos? What would it mean to you to be able to bring back this lightness and this ability to have a different perspective on your circumstance? What is a circumstance that has been perhaps draining your energy, or that you felt like kind of, hey, Jamie, what is a situation in your life that has felt maybe grueling or hard to come out of? Or my favorite word is viscosity. So to me, when things are not moving fast enough to my liking, I have a tendency to experience these things as being viscous, like a viscous liquid. It's not fluid, it's like viscous. It doesn't move very fast. So what are your life viscosities that you'd like to have more velocity in transcending them? And how would adopting a different perspective on these things, knowing that life happens for you, what would it mean to you? And I would invite you to dare have the courage to go within and hear the message of these emotions, hear what they are proposing to you, hear what they want to, what they're in service of. And, if you're on the replay, just let me know what are these emotions in service of? I know for me, these emotions of, feeling kind of overwhelmed and hustling and stuff, they've been in service of my highest purpose, and also bringing my attention on how things can be done differently. And there's always, new perspectives to gain from that. So let me know what resonates for you with this way of coming out of wanting to roll in the ball and suck your thumb to feeling more light and present to your life experience in such a way that you can gather the learnings and the messages that your emotions are there to bring you. And if you need help with this, of course, this is something I help my clients do, is to liberate the grip from the emotions. If you have recurring emotions or recurring patterns in your life, perhaps like judging yourself for the ways that you respond to events, or you feel like you should be further along, and these emotions have a grip on you. They have a grip. They're depriving you of your personal power, and it's creating a veil of how you see your experience of life and what kind of perspective you're giving to your life. So when I work with my clients, we help liberate this grip from the emotions so that you have a much lighter and elevated perspective, so you can gather the learnings and the message from your experience so that you can start moving forward with much greater velocity in your life, in your health, in your relationships, with anything that's been keeping you back. So let me know what resonates for you in this episode. I look forward to your comments. And as always, if you need some help for an inspiring and empowering accompanying on the journey, let me know. I'll be happy to do so. All right, take care. Sending so much love and health and happiness and lightness as we move out of the viscosity. All right, talk to you soon. Bye for now.